Our Poison Girls, it seems like one of the most iconic builds from Diablo 3 is now coming back to Diablo Immortal after a whole 10 years. We have new footages for the new Barbarian upcoming essences for the Inferno 6, and it will be the Earthquake Hota type of build, and it does look fun. So without any further ado, let's dive into the footage that we have for the upcoming new essences for the Barbarian. Let's go, let's check them out. There we go. You can leap quite a lot now. There we go, and there is the earthquake effect. Quite a lot of leaps, and we will be taking a look at the essences as well, but there we go. This is how it works. These are the legs, and then these will be the shoulders. You can leap and leave an earthquake behind, and then there we go, the weapon. Again, some more leaps. There we go. It does look fun. We will take a look at this once more. Then I would compare this with the 10-year-old Hota earthquake build from Diablo 3, and you will have a better idea what you will be able to do using some of these new essences. At least in PvE, it does look fun. It has some nice AoE, and it does look fun to be jumping around with the Barbarian. I bet it is going to be super fun. And now let's go take a look at what these builds were like 10 years ago. Let me quickly change the screen. There we go. So Earthquake Hota Leap build from Diablo 3. You basically move at fast speed and leaping and leaving the damage over time behind. Now I'm not sure if it will be this deep, the new essences, but you will be able to leap on enemies, leave the earthquake, damage over time, and Hota them to afterlife. So this is what basically I think those new essences are inspired by. But there we go, good old times. 10 years ago, I end up using these builds for the Barbarian, and I had some footage. I was like, why not go and share that here? But anyhow, now let's go back and dive into the essences, what they will actually be doing. So let me see if I can bring that up. So there we go. The helm is ground stop. Now also increase your critical hit chance by 4% for 3 seconds for each enemy hit. And you can get maximum of 12% a critical hit increase, and this is without the mastery at max. And then for the shoulder, thunder now jumps to a target location, creating fissures in the ground that erupt when you use ground stomp or leap, damaging and knocking enemies airborne. So you have some crowd control, just as it was in the Diablo 3. And then for the chest, Thunder now also reduce the enemy movement speed by 30% and prevent the use of dash skill for 2 seconds. This is again more crowd control. I can see this being used in PvP. I'm not a Barbarian expert, but able to like cancel someone dash and reduce the movement speed could be good for the support build for a Barbarian. So maybe a support Undying Barbarian is now coming to the PvP for the Barbarian at least. And then for the legs, ground stomp now smashes the ground and summons an ancestral spirit that perform multiple ground stomps. So even more ground stomp, just like it was in the Diablo 3. And for the main hand, leap now jumps to a target location, damaging all nearby enemies, and can be used up to 2 more times in quick succession, each dealing more damage in a larger radius. And then for the offhand, ground stop cooldown reduced by 2 seconds for each 0.2 seconds for each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 1 second. So these are the essences for the upcoming Barbarian Inferno 6. And honestly, at least looking at these essences, I have a feeling that Barbarian or support Barbarian could become a thing where you go in with a leap Undying Rage, try and prevent other people from using the dashes and slow their movement, and just keep on repeating that. But you guys can let me know in the comment section down below if that is going to be possible. But some of these essences, at least it looks like gonna be fun to use in a PvE, even though it might not be the highest damage essences, but could be fun leaping around, jumping around, and just enjoying that. But anyhow, the Barbarian essences are looking better than some of the other classes. And speaking of some of the other classes, early today in the morning when I shared the gameplay for the wizard, a lot of people were like not happy, saying wizard is getting another like wave or batch of useless essences. But honestly, I can see using some of these essences at least for PvE. I know that PvP is not gonna be something we will able to do unless some big class balance changes are made and we get some buff, or like there is some way to get close and personal with some of the other classes. But for now, I can see at least some of the essences being used, especially the offhand. It is going to be really good for at least PvE dungeon build. I can see that using myself, and there is something right now in my mind. I don't want to share that right now, but we will able to move quite fast in dungeon and do at least the same amount of damage that we are doing right now, buffing up and basically uh, going very fast with AoE effects. But this is something I'm looking forward to myself. I'm a big fan of skills, the buff skills that move with us, and everything else is just underwhelming right now. And again, this is another essence that I am looking forward to, and see if this can somewhat output more damage than some of the other essences that we have for the magic missile. So honestly, I'm looking forward to the main hand and the offhand the most right now. Those two does look somewhat decent to me, but once we get our hands on these essences, we will be testing them out in more in depth, and of course things can change before they will be released, because some of these well, all of these footages are coming from the playtest server from the China. By the time we will get the update, things will change. Anyway, I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. You guys have a great day. Later.